Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Razer Viper V3 Pro. This mouse is the best mouse Razer ever made due to its specs and improvements over the last generation of the Viper series. It was made to compete with the most used mouse on the pro scene, which is the Logitech Superlight. Here's a quick look at the box. On the Viper V3 Pro box we get the mouse, a USB-C to USB-A cable, the dongle, a manual, and we get a set of stickers and a set of grit tape. The cable that comes with the Viper V3 Pro is braided and thicker than usual. It's quite stiff, and an explanation for that is to secure that the high 8K polling rates are achievable with the most possible quality. The Viper V3 Pro comes with the hyper polling wireless dongle, capable of 8000 polling rate, and only compatible with this mouse. So you can't use the hyper polling dongle with other Razer mice, even if they support high polling rates. It has some rubber on the bottom, so it stays in place in your desk. The Viper V3 Pro is advertised at 54 grams for the black color option and 55 grams for the white color option. The weight is exactly as advertised according to my scale. I consider this mouse to be on the medium to big size category, so if you have small hands, this might not be the best option for you. As you can see, compared with the ULX, the Viper V3 Pro is actually bigger. The Viper V3 Pro is using the same shape as the V3 Hyperspeed. It has a symmetrical shape with a subtle back hump here. Here's a comparison with the Logitech Superlight. I think all the main grip styles fit the Razer Viper V3 Pro: the palm grip, the claw grip, and the fingertip grip. But because of the subtle back hump right here, I think it will be very suitable for the claw grip style. I've been using this mouse with the fingertip grip style and it feels good. The Viper V3 Pro features the latest Razer sensor, which is the Focus Pro Gen 2. At the time, this is the only Razer mouse with this sensor. For the switches, it is using the Razer Optical Switches Gen 3. This is the sound of the main buttons. The main buttons show no sign of wobble or grind, they are very crisp and tactile. The side clicks feel equally good and are the best sounding side clicks ever on a mouse. They are tactile and quiet at the same time. Take a listen. The scroll is rubberized and has nice defined steps. When making big swipes, it has a smooth glide. This is especially good for jumping with the mouse wheel down and while bouncing in Apex Legends with the mouse wheel up. The scroll click can be easily spammable. Take a listen. For the build quality, this mouse has zero flaws. The mouse is super solid and doesn't creak anywhere. Different from the Superlight, the Viper V3 Pro actually has some nice quality PTFE skates out of the box. This mouse features a nice coating finish that is very grippy and satisfying to feel. It is one of the best coatings I have ever felt on a mouse. Being a Razer mouse, the V3 Pro software solution is the Synapse. Although some people don't like to have this type of software solution, I must admit it has some cool features. We can change the dongle LED indicator to showcase the connection status, so it stays solid white when the mouse is connected and shows no light when the mouse is turned off. We can change to a battery status option that gradually changes color depending on the current battery level of the mouse. And we have a battery warning only option that remains off all the time and only blinks red when the mouse is almost running out of battery. Personally, I like to use the battery status option so I can always know the current battery status without opening the software. On the performance tab, we can set different DPI levels. Personally, I only use one level, that is the 1600 DPI. The Focus Pro Gen 2 can be set at any DPI, for example 1601. It is the only mouse that I know that is capable of doing this. It's not that useful, but it's interesting. The polling rate tab has a nice feature so that the mouse changes polling rate according to the task that is being used on the PC. For example, when I'm browsing the web or just doing normal stuff on the PC, the mouse stays at 1K polling rate. And whenever I open a game and start playing, the mouse automatically changes to a higher polling rate, which is a super convenient feature that is really useful to save battery. There's also a matcher option that can equal the DPI of another mouse you have. I personally don't use this, but it can be interesting for some people. On the power tab, we can change how many minutes it takes for the mouse to enter sleep mode when it's not being used. And there's also a low power mode that reduces the polling rate when the battery goes under a certain percentage. On the calibration tab, we can change the lift-off distance according to the mousepad you're using with the Viper V3 Pro. This can be useful for people that find tracking issues with different surfaces like glass mousepad. Battery performance of the V3 Pro has been nice. They advertised up to 95 hours of battery life. I'll assume that's 2K polling rate, I guess. It has been okay. The price of the V3 Pro is 180 euros, so it's one of the most expensive on the market. But in my opinion, it is one of the best as well. It is available on the black edition, the one I have, and a white edition. The Viper V3 Pro is a good option for those who are seeking for a mouse with top specs. Everything is good about this mouse. The specs, the clicks, the scroll, the coding, the skates. The only thing I would like to see from Razer is a web-based software solution, so I can change my mouse settings without having to install the Razer Synapse software. If you want to decide between these two, I think the Viper V3 Pro is the best option. On the Superlight you get mushy side clicks, the main clicks are a bit heavy, and the stock skates are bad. Those things on the Viper V3 Pro are way better, and that's why I think this one is a better option. If you enjoyed the review, please leave a like, subscribe the channel. If you have any questions, leave them on the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one.